Hi friends, it's Kendra. I'm back with a new build. This build is called Crystal, and it was done as a request, so I spent a lot longer on it than I normally do on builds. I think the total time was like 10 hours. So I did that because, when I'm building for myself, I can just do whatever feels right to me, but when it was a request, I wanted to make sure that it was right and that it felt right to the person who asked for it. So, I wanted to make sure it was perfect, and there weren't, I didn't go good enough, I guess, with this build like I might otherwise, maybe. Oh, shoot, sorry. Hi, forgot the intro again. Hello, I'm Kendra. If you're new here, I'm so excited you're here. Hi, new friend. And if you're coming back for more, that's awesome, and I'm really excited that I didn't annoy you too much last time. Same morning, as always, I ramble, so go ahead and mute me if I'm annoying, and there are timestamps down in the description so that you can just skip on ahead to whatever part it is that you care about. Although with this video, there's only so much in this video, so I split it into 3 parts because it was such a long build, and I didn't want to put it 20 times speed for you or cut out a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I thought it was such a pretty build, and I didn't want to. I felt like it deserved more than for stuff to be cut out. So, anyway, so we have 3 parts for this video. The first video, which you're watching right now, is the shape of the house, the roofing, and kind of like the tool parts of the landscaping. So I did rock walls in the front using debug with elevation tools, and then I also used the roof support decoration things from Get Together, and I used Tool to kind of lift those up and make sure they looked like they were actually under the roof. So that's what you see in this video. The next video, part 2, covers the floor plan and kind of furnishing as a shell. So the way that I actually did the build, I did like the shape, and then I did part of the shell, and then I kind of went back to it. And when I was editing this video, I kind of decided to break it up like that so that, if you didn't give a crap about the inside of the house, or you didn't give a crap about landscaping or whatever, you didn't have to watch half of each video, if that makes any sense. So random times in this video you might be like, hey, wait a second, there's stuff inside and I haven't seen that. Hold your horses. I promise you'll see it next time in video 2. So that's why it's split up this way. I think it works out better, but it is still a little bit random. So yes, anyway. Crystal, I'm in love with this build. I think it turned out so great. I'm really excited about it, and I think this video would be a good time to tell you a little bit about it. On the outside, I'll talk about the inside in the next video. I'm going to try really hard to not get ahead of myself, but I probably will, knowing me, so, whatever. Anyway, so this build, the requester, it was requested by a lovely person named Crystal. I know you couldn't have guessed that, right? Because I'm really good at naming my builds, so you're shocked. But Crystal wanted a house for her generations gameplay. So she felt like, a lot of times when she plays, she kind of bops around in different houses, and she was starting a new legacy. And for this one, she wanted to have a house that she could grow into, and that was going to just be like exactly what she wanted. So that she didn't feel the need to kind of bop around and do different builds and whatever. I just said bop around twice. Am I 80? I was joking with someone the other day about being Grandma Kendra, because they were like 26 and I'm 31. I'm 31. Oof. And, but now I'm realizing I kind of am Grandma Kendra. Sorry. Anyway, so Crystal wanted a house for the style she wanted. She said kind of suburban and sort of craftsman. And we talked a little bit about, what kind of craftsman, because sometimes it means something different to different people. So what she wanted was a pretty rustic vibe, not lots of wood, and kind of a cozy feeling to it. And we looked through examples, and she liked the Terra build that I did a little bit ago. So I was so excited about it because I personally love this sort of rustic Northwest kind of style. And I know that a lot of people, not a lot, some people on my Instagram are not here for it. They want me to build more Suburbans. It's about 50-50, which makes my life difficult. But this is my personal style. If I could afford one of these houses, I'd be so stoked. But so I was really excited to do this build, and it really felt like, what Crystal was asking for was literally just my heart's content, so I was just so stoked about it. And I had like the most fun ever building this. I know that I've said that before, but oh my gosh, I loved it. So Crystal, if you're watching this, thank you. I had so much fun. Anytime you want something built, you let me know, because I loved every second. Yeah, anyway, so that's kind of why the house looks like this. I wanted to give it, some interest in the front. She wanted 2 stories, and that's perfect, because I have sometimes a hard time with 1-story houses. I don't quite know how to make them look like they have dimension, if that makes any sense. So 2 stories I was stoked about, and I think that in the end it turned out really great. It was fun too, because I played with just the packs that she has. So she has like, I don't know, 20 packs or probably more, but I think I used like 15 or something on this, but it's way more than I normally get to play with, and I didn't feel guilty about it because it was being made for someone, in particular who had those packs. So that was really fun too. But yeah, anyway. I love that I got to do the rock wall. I think it's kind of a hassle, but it went so much easier this time than it did when I did that Terra build. It was astronomically easier, just so much easier this time, because I'd already done it, so I learned I was better this time. Last time I went back and forth, so I was adjusting the elevation, and then I had to go adjust the rock walls, and blah, 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 and this time I actually managed to just do it once, so that was very, very exciting to me. Yeah, anyway, so the shape of this house, I was looking at, golly, I don't even remember what I Googled. When I'm not quite sure what to do, I usually Google something. So I think I probably Googled something like probably Craftsman Suburban House. I don't know. But it had the upper roof the upper floor that was square, and then the little, half octagon thing that was below that on whatever house I found on Zillow. And I just thought it was so cute. So that's what that part was inspired by. I thought it was fun. And I also had to the left of the front door, where it's just got like that weird random block sticking out. Everything else is like normal little triangles, and that one's just like kind of severe. It had that too. And so that's where that came from. I thought it turned out really cool because it sort of added a little bit of, later in the build, you'll see I added rocks. So it kind of like broke it up a little bit and gave it kind of a sort of contemporary, ever so slightly kind of contemporary vibe. So I had a lot of fun. Anyway, I think that's about it. Ooh, I'll tell you, sorry. So Crystal, she wanted it for her Generations gameplay, and her family that she's starting out with for her legacy is a dad that is a chef, and he grows his own herbs, so he likes gardening. And then a mom who is a musician, except for whatever reason I'm dumb, and in my brain it was a painter. So I like built this whole thing for painter, and there's a super cute little painter's nook, like a studio, but she's not a painter, she's a musician. So I'm sure when Crystal's furnishing this thing, she's gonna have to turn that into like a music studio, but my bad, sorry. Anyway, and then they have 2 kids. They're twin toddlers, a boy and a girl. How cute, right? And then, so she wanted at least 3 bedrooms and at least 3 bathrooms. And she said, it'd be really cool if you made like a grandparent suite, so that, as they age, they, there's a place that they can go and everything. So I ended up making this house 4 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms. And all the bedrooms have attached bathrooms, so that ended up well. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna, I got ahead of myself. Ignore that, I'll talk about it next time. Anyway, so this house is like pretty good size, but not huge. It's not a mansion, it's definitely still kind of a family home, which I think is nice. Sometimes you don't want this like ridiculous huge house. Plus they're hard to furnish, and she wanted to furnish it herself, which I'm glad about, because I told myself I was gonna furnish this, and I tried to do it on stream, because I love this house. I tried to do it on stream, and I got so distracted because you guys were awesome, and I like you, and we were talking and everything. I think I only did like the living room and half the master. So I haven't furnished it yet. Yeah, so if I tried to furnish it first, I think it would have taken me forever. So I'm glad that she wanted a shell. But anyway, if I ever do furnish it, I'll do another video for that. Yeah, anyway. So here I'm doing the rock wall. If you ever try to do this, it's really, really like, you'll thank me. Shape your like elevation, your landscaping, what is it called? Your terrain. Shape your terrain before you use any tool on these rock walls, because anytime you move the terrain, the elevation, it's going to reset your rock walls, or at least move them quite a bit. And so just trust me, you want to make sure that the terrain is how you want it. And it's never going to fill all the way up, so like there's definitely still going to be a gap where, because Sims won't let you do just like an abrupt whatever, which is annoying, but you will fill it with plants and it'll be just fine. But yeah, so don't try to adjust the terrain after you've lowered the rock walls. You'll regret it. Just trust me. Anyway, I love these rock walls. They're so much fun. I think that they look a little bit more, I don't know, what you see in the real world than just like covering that hill thing with rocks. Because, you know, I know a lot of people with like retaining walls or rock walls in real life, but I don't know anyone who just has like a bunch of cliffs with like hard rocks on them, you know, all over their house. I mean, maybe if they have a sweet house, but yeah, anyway, not just like a normal person. So I like these because they're still kind of rustic, but they feel a little bit more realistic and plausible. Plausible? That's not the right word. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so yeah. But something to keep in mind with these rocks too is that they do have a pretty large footprint, so Sims cannot walk over them. So you definitely have to make sure that when you use these rock walls, you're playtesting anywhere that you want your Sims to be able to go. You can see like it has the green squares under it. If you want your Sim to be able to walk anywhere that those are covered, you're definitely going to want to playtest it. So keep that in mind. Bonus tip, you're welcome. That's why you're here, right? Helpful things that you probably already knew. So you're like, okay, shut up. Anyway, so yeah, I learned all these things from that last build that I did these on, and I was stoked about it because it would have been like a 13-hour build, but instead it was only 10 because I learned from the last one. So yeah, anyway, with this build, I also really liked how kind of the transition between the front and the back of the house went. So Crystal asked for like a pretty big backyard, but not like, you know, not like a big, like with a pool or anything. She wanted it to be kind of natural, but have spaces for the kids to play and for entertaining. She said, like, you know, for eating and hanging out and stuff like that. So I did the front with these rock walls, but they take up so much space. So the back is kind of more a traditional backyard, and I feel like they blended really well. I was pretty proud of myself, if you can't tell. Anyway, so yeah, I love this build. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm curious, since this is going to be in 3 parts, I'm going to be interested to see, you know, which of them end up getting the most views or whatever. And if you want to let me know down in the comments, you know, which part of builds you like watching. You know, like, are you here to watch me do landscaping or roofing, or are you here to watch me struggle through floor plans and furnishings? Because, you know, I do my best, but I don't feel like it's my strong suit. So I don't know. If you're here for that, that's awesome, and maybe that'll give me some confidence that I'm not as bad at it as I think I am. But anyway, yeah, so let me know which part of builds you usually like to watch, because I never quite know, you know, which parts I should speed up faster and which parts I should speed up slower. And with this build, I didn't want to skip anything, and I didn't want to make anything too crazy fast because I wasn't sure what people would want to see the most. So yeah, I'm also posting real-time videos of this build slowly. My computer takes a really long time to export them, so like when I edit them and I go to export them so that I can upload them to YouTube, it basically takes a minute per minute of video. So like those videos are, you know, there's like 6 hours of footage or whatever there, and so it takes 6 hours, and I have to be there the whole time. So it's kind of slow for me to export those, but I am getting around to it. So in particular, if you want to see all this tool or all this landscaping or whatever, just hold out. I promise it's coming. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop talking, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Enjoy this one. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about it, and have a great day. Happy simming. Bye.